Hi folks, today I bring you a Sony panel that is present in the RDR-HX650 DVD player model. This panel uses a VFD driver reference PT6315. This is a driver that allows up to 12 grids and 16 segments, and we have already covered it in the other videos present on the channel. We will focus this video on the characteristics of the panel itself to simplify its return to life. These notes will be useful for identical panels as they are generic observations applied to this type of the panels. The panel has a DC-DC converter to provide the filament voltage and the negative VEE required by the drive. The DC-DC converter is powered by a plus 12 volts DC source marked in the diagram as a plus B, and there is a small detail that requires some attention to activate the converter, which I will try to explain below. The DC-DC converter is powered by a transistor used as a switch identified in the diagram as Q203, and this switch is activated by another transistor, reference Q204, that receives at its base the signal coming from the connector CN203, pin 17, and marked as FLPO space N. In this case, I use an Arduino pin, the port 12, to apply the high signal to the base through a resistor of 1K. This, and since the transistor is a NPN, it goes into saturation mode and forces the base of Q203 to the value close to the 0 volts, which also leaves it in the saturation zone since Q203 is a PNP and provides plus 12 volts to the converter direct to the collector. This driver allows the control of the 4 external LEDs. In this panel, only 2 are used, port LED 2 and the port LED 3. These ports normally provide a negative voltage when they are in the on state. This means that we need to connect the diode anode to a VCC through a resistor, of course, in order to turn it on or off by applying 0 volts to the LED port. Once again, I would like to highlight a small detail, which is the presence of the 2 transistors as a driver for the LED. 2 NPN transistors reference Q205 and Q206 being NPN will leave the LED on when we apply the high values to the port connected to the base to turn on the LED, remaining in the reverse operation. The both LEDs present in the panel have a transistor built in the resistors to provide the interface between the LED and the PT6315. I create a group of the lines of the code to represent the shards, and of course you can adapt the map. I use it to represent the shards and construct the message you prefer. I'm not create code to read the keys present in the panel, but these keys have as output these 3 wires, and is a set of the keys with the resistors in serial. Okay, when you press one key, you have, for example, 100 ohms. When you press another key, you have 5 100 ohms, and so on. Okay, is a set of the three group of the keys with associated resistors to provide a set possible to read with a analogic mode, and we have already done in the other kind of the panels. As normal, I create a set of lines of code to allow the rapid identification of the segments in the digits. This is not so important because all the digits have the same order of segments inside of each digit. This means, for example, here this digit have the below segment with the same order of this. Okay, by this reason, after you identify a digit of the 14 segments, is the same or repeat the same order to other holes. Is not a big gain with this code, but okay, is normal. I done. And after start and comment the line to search the segments, if I press the switch, this switch have a resistor to the GND to force the or to apply the trigger at the pin 2 of the Arduino. Okay, every time I press the button, you will see the switch or the change of the segments order inside of the digit. At the first digit, we only have a small group. By this reason, have a lot of the positions don't break any segment. Okay, this is the first in the segments of the 14 belongs to this digit, second, third, and so on. Okay, this allow a fast identification of the order, the second digit, and so on. Okay, at the same time I press the switch, the order of the switch will be present in the output of the IDE and help to identification of the order of the segment. If you comment the lines belongs to the delay associated with the button and comment the timer to each segment, is possible let the segments running through all the VFD